this in the name of I am Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Okay. So, as I'm working, we'll just talk through what's going on, okay? So, unlearning these love habits, first and foremost. Love can be romantic, it can be platonic, it can be in your family, and a lot of the ways that we love, it looks very similar across the board. So, for whatever reason, how love is showing up in your life, it's okay. It's okay, whatever area that is. It all applies. Once you get it in one area, it kind of works itself out in the rest, or you start to make peace with your understanding of things. I talk about all the time, especially when it comes to like family and things. You're more likely to have romantic and platonic connections change quicker than families. You got a whole system, a whole family dynamic that goes on. So I say that to say sometimes the answer is you can work through things. Other times the answer is you just find a sense of peace and understanding for these things, and it's okay. There's no like one way that everything has to fit together, babies. It's okay. So, with this unlearning self-sabotage in love, let's just start to pull out some of the old stuff, okay? There's so much old stuff that's being carried around. Desires, fears, interests that don't even belong to you. Now, some things are a legacy, nothing wrong with that. But other things we learned how to adopt and adapt to because we wanted to be a part of something, be connected, to not disappoint, or whatever that is. moments of self-sabotage where things are going well, but it's just so visible, which really just represents being vulnerable. And it's tough. It's tough to walk a new path. It's tough to be vulnerable. It's not going to kill you to be vulnerable. It's not going to hurt you to be vulnerable. But it's tough. It's tough, 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 tough. And that's okay. That's okay. That is okay. Completely okay. So, see yourself in the life that you want, but you see yourself taking steps. Purposeful steps. One foot in front of the other. Taking your time. Don't feel like you gotta run a marathon. You got a whole lifetime, sweetheart. Just take your time. Step by step. By step. Step by step 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 by step. Good job. Step by step by step. Step by step by step. Just one foot in front of the other. It's okay. 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 One foot in front of the other. It's okay. Just rest, rest, rest into this. Rest, rest, rest into this. Rest, 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 rest into this. Coming back to yourself. So, now that you are connected to your deepest sense of self, let's learn some things we can do in the moment when things are big and scary, but yet everything is what we want. It just requires a little bit of vulnerability. So, in the moment, start to allow your energy to flow. Don't allow it to freeze up in one area. Just allow that energy to flow. Okay? And just allow it to continue to circulate. And remember, you're still taking steps in front. Now, you're in full control of doing this, taking steps, flowing this energy. But your mind might be something that is still conditioned in the past. But the only way to free the mind is to just continue to step forward and to control the energy, okay? And you'll notice that after you get through whatever it was that was vulnerable, the mind relaxes a little bit. But there is no way to make the mind relax unless you actually go through it. Unless you're actually vulnerable, there's no way to convince yourself. There's no way to be calm and perfect before. A lot of people call this imposter syndrome, where they feel like, they're doing something, but they still feel like not 100% enough. But that's okay. That's kind of a normal phenomenon that people feel. And also, everybody is going through different things on the inside, sweetness. And sometimes we think it's one thing and it might be something else. So just having some patience and some grace with yourself. Just take a step in front. It's okay, it's okay to be nervous sometimes. It's okay to have fear sometimes. It's okay. But none of those things are enough or a good enough reason to stop you from doing something. Go after it. Because those things are invisible. But the actions you can take in your life, they're physical. They're real. And you never want to give up on yourself. you right and for you to give that love in return, you also have to let go of a lot of things. And it's almost like you have to grieve your youth, or the time before where you did things differently. You know, the naivete of things. And that's okay. Sometimes a person can grieve the person they used to be and think or associate that with an actual person. Oh, you miss this person. You probably don't miss that person. You probably miss who you were. And you feel like that person represents it. Perhaps. But also know that no matter what you've gone through in life, there are still so many opportunities ahead and available to you. But you do have to let go of the past in order to live in the present and walk forward into the future. And are you ready to let go of the past? Leave it where it's at. Don't look back. Just keep flowing. Just keep going. Because when you're able to do that, the whole world opens up for you. And you can do whatever you want. And you can go wherever you want to go. And you can have any journey. But you gotta leave your old adventure in order to embark on a new one. So start walking towards the future that you want. And let go of anything that did not serve you before, okay, sweetness? Well, family, you've done a fantabulous job. I really enjoyed our session today, per usual. And I hope that you can show up for yourself each and every day in loving yourself and doing what you need to do to enhance your experience. You only get one life, so live it. It's actually really fascinating, you know. For those who get older and have spent a life in fear, you know, fear of being seen, fear of messing up, wanting to make other people happy, it's so interesting that the older a person gets, the more they want to do more. But I feel like life is kind of like compound interest. I know I'm going somewhere with this. When you're younger, if you learn how to be free and organize your life in a way that's best for you, your whole life you start to benefit earlier on in life, kind of like money. Like when you start saving it early, you start, you know, making more money or being able to save more money and put away less each month or whenever you want to put your money away. But when you get older and really rooted in the experiences you have to do a lot of catch up. A lot to catch up. So you really have to break things down. So I'm saying all that to say, wherever you're at now, just go ahead and just catch up to that point. But don't allow yourself to continue to flow in a direction that no longer serves you